Red alert! A brand new teaser trailer for Star Trek Strange New Worlds has just been dropped. Don't be too excited though. While this trailer does give us a view at new adventures and episodes of the upcoming season, Paramount Plus is still not sharing a release date for the third season. Shocking, I know. But with that said, we do have some news on the release date for you that I will share in this video, and it might shed some light on what's actually happening. Okay, let's break this new trailer down for all those juicy details, as there's a few. Hit it. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack. It's good to be back here. Of course, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media via the links below, including new social platforms, and don't forget to come and join our community Discord server, as we're really trying to build it up at the minute. Now as always, please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like this trailer? Did you not? Are you not excited? Are you excited? If you're talking about Star Trek, we want to hear about it. Perhaps you'll also consider supporting the channel by clicking the join button. You get early access to videos, a chance to chat with the team and myself in Discord, and much more. We really appreciate your support. Okay, let's not waste any time. Engage. This teaser trailer for Strange New Worlds gives us a glimpse into some of the new genre-esque episodes we seem to be getting with the third season. Now, much like the second season's Subspace Rhapsody, it seems we're going to be getting some interesting moments. As always, if I were to show you the trailer on screen, Paramount Plus would copyright the channel and probably block the video. Annoying, you know, especially when we're passionate and want to see the show succeed. Anyway, you can find a link to the trailer in the video description, go watch it, then come back here and I'll tell you what you missed. While the trailer does not start with this, we of course know Season 3 will resolve the cliffhanger ending of the second season. If you've forgotten what that was, I don't blame you. It was around 2 years ago now. To cut a long story short, the members of the Enterprise crew have been kidnapped by the Gorn, with the Enterprise in a sort of tense standoff against multiple enemy Gorn starships. We've already seen a glimpse of this engagement in another teaser trailer, but it looks like one of the first episodes of the third season will deal with this, probably the first episode. One scene that sticks out to me in this trailer is we see an adult Gorn very angry. Gorn looks to be holding up a Starfleet crew member, perhaps one of our Enterprise crew, or some redshirt who's likely to get killed or his head torn off. That'd be quite freakish actually, maybe not. It does look to connect to this next scene, which is Trelane and the other members of the Enterprise landing party engaging enemy contacts on the ground with phasers. The team is likely completing some sort of mission to either warn off the Gorn forces or get the kidnapped crew members back. Either way, I'm very excited for more Gorn adventures and what goes on here. I do hope they don't wrap this story up in like one episode, because I kind of like the Gorn being a main villain. Also, the adult Gorn really reminds me of an elite from Halo. If you played that video game, you know what I mean. Maybe it's just me. Now on to how the teaser trailer actually does start. We get a glimpse of a crew, including Chapel, Ortegas and Kirk, on the set of something out of a 1950s sci-fi adventure. This isn't anything that Star Trek hasn't explored before, seemingly an evolution of the Captain Proton adventures throughout Star Trek Voyager. The pointless levers, cheesy sets, walls lit in green and pink for no discernible story reason. It's always nice when Star Trek pays homage to the old sci-fi tropes in the past, especially given the show is kind of a part of that. Now, the real question is how the Enterprise crew find themselves here. While there's no given answer to that question here, we do get a glimpse of the holodeck and what's almost certainly a member of the Q continuum. Maybe. We'll talk more about this mysterious person in just a moment. It's really exciting to see Strange New Worlds take a break from the time travel antics and alternate universes in order to do something a little outlandish. Ortegas also looks to be having the time of her life piloting this other starship. Seeing Paul Wesley throw himself forward, presumably when the ship got hit, was a lovely homage to that sort of thing that sort of happened every week in the original series. Cutting from a wider, all-encompassing shot of the cheaper looking set to a close-up on Pike on the sleeker, of course more modern Enterprise, really shows how much they're committing to the bit when it comes to the old school tribute. Now I can't wait to see how all of this plays out, especially with the repercussions of a certain guest star which is probably relating to this episode. A couple of romantic scenes appear in the trailer. First, we've got a very nice shot of the inside of Starbase 1. This being the space station we see in seasons 1 and 2. This shot is actually inside one of the domes, it appears. We see waterfalls and a sort of large structure, perhaps where this reception party is taking place. There are scenes of Spock and Nurse Chapel's relationship blooming. It seems Uhura is also meeting somebody on board, and it seems a bit of a romance here. We can also see Eric Ortega's talking to someone behind them. Perhaps we're kind of getting like a Valentine's Day in the Star Trek universe, or some other related holiday. Who knows? Trek Central's Commander Dom wanted me to point out that yes, this is an Indosian bartender. We've seen this species in animated Star Trek before. Off the top of my head, I don't think we've seen them in live action yet. So this is pretty cool. Trekkies, take to the comments if you know, and you can welcome to correct me. There is another detail hiding behind this character, the bartender character, and it could link to that special event I mentioned. The sign almost reads Centennial. Perhaps this is a celebration of the United Federation of Planets. This would set the episode in 2261. Another blink and you might miss it scene features Patton Oswalt as a Vulcan with a bunch of rose flowers. Romantic, right? No clue how he fits into this storyline, but it's always great to see Patton turning up in sci-fi media. Also, he's been in Star Trek before. Let me know if you remember it. I'll tell you in a week via short or TikTok, but he's definitely been here before. It seems the Enterprise is going analog, and the crew are working via telephone to coordinate the ship. And we've seen something like this in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, basically where the crew on board the Defiant had to relay things around the bridge and the rest of the ship from engineering to yeah, it was confusing. So this is not a super new concept. Now I will bet money on the vintage telephones kind of has something to do with Chief Engineer Pelia and her extravagant background, shall I say. There's been a murder, and it's up to the Enterprise crew to figure it out. The whole thing kind of appears to be a setup of old mystery movies. At the 16-second mark, we see Spock and La'an standing in a holodeck, with the program seemingly loading around them. Of course, holodecks in some capacity did exist in the form of a recreation room that we saw in Star Trek the Animated Series. While mainly a plain grey room that would have been a bit weird for a TV show of this caliber, it still would have been nice to kind of sort of see the slightly different versions of a holodeck. And this one's kind of identical to the one we saw in The Next Generation. And we have seen different versions of holodecks before, so it's possible. I know there's going to be a debate over holodecks in TOS era, but we'll get to that another time. Now, regardless, we are finally going to see a crew tackle a holodeck episode, or our Strange New Worlds crew tackle it. These are usually a lot of fun, and the costumes do look awesome. And a shout out to Pike's hair, that's one hell of a makeover. I'm glad to see the ship's captain is going in on all the fun, because we know Pike likes a bit of fun. This is of course an episode we've known about for some time, set to be directed by the legendary Jonathan Frakes. So this one's sure to be awesome, as Frakes is fantastic. We love Jonathan Frakes. Klingons are back in Strange New Worlds. There are quite a few interesting scenes in this trailer with Klingons. One notable detail is that it seems some Discovery-era Klingon starship designs are returning. This ship has been seen in Star Trek Discovery Season 1. More importantly, it seems we're getting zombie Klingons running around. Yes, you heard me right, zombie Klingons. Following the Klingon throwing a whip, we kind of get these shots of Klingons that, how do I say this, they kind of seem to be mutating into something. There is also a shot of Dr. Mbenga running away from a door, which is then sort of burst out with zombie Klingons exiting it. Weird, I know, right? Honestly, Star Trek horror kinda sounds fun. Strange New Worlds is really not only exploring strange new worlds, but also new genres for the Star Trek universe. Look, I'm aware, Subspace Rhapsody was not everyone's cup of tea, but a show like Star Trek needs to try these new, weird and wacky things sometimes. It really expands the universe, and I'm excited to see where the crew take it with this one. Hopefully it's going to be real hard, that'd be fun. And regarding zombie Klingons, there are multiple routes they could go down with how this works in the Star Trek universe. I mean, we have seen zombie Vulcans in Star Trek Enterprise, so Klingons isn't really that far-fetched. Either way, I'm excited for this one, and even though I don't like horror that much, I kind of want like a real nitty-gritty horror episode. The Season 3 trailer is full of quick scenes that if you blink, you will miss. So I've slowed things down for you. At around the 17-second mark, there is a shot of the sky glowing blue. In fact, I think this is actually a blue star, maybe. Even better, look to the bottom of the screen and you can see an Enterprise shuttlecraft sitting on what is likely an asteroid. A new medical staff member is seen around the 19-second mark. This is perhaps a replacement for Nurse Chapel, as we know she was in the progress of applying to some sort of medical course. Again, we can recap that in a recap video. Actor Killian O'Sullivan will appear in Season 3 as Roger Corby, a key character in Chapel's storyline. I don't think we see him in the trailer here. If we do and I've missed it, let me know in the comments. Speaking of key characters, around the 22nd mark, we see guest star Rhys Darby. Notice that he seems to click his fingers and things change. Yes, this is very similar to Q from The Next Generation. However, many Trekkies believe that Darby is playing a character known as Trelane. He first appeared in the original series as a childlike alien who played games with the Enterprise crew. I will do a full report on this character very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. At around 43 seconds, there is a great shot of Martin Quinn as Scotty with Uhura. Delia Rose Gooding looks fantastic as always, and of course we'll be seeing more of Scotty this season as he's bumped up to a regular guest star. The very next shot sees the series' main characters sharing a meal together. We all know how much Pike loves cooking authentically. We can also see here there are colour blocks on the counter, a synthetic 23rd century replicator food from the original series. It's also a note that it looks like Uhura's brought over her friend from earlier, from the romance section. He's kind of hovering in the background awkwardly. Could we be potentially looking at a love interest for the communications officer? Or is this yet another important character who's joining the ship's crew and we've just not noticed? The season 3 trailer ends with a nice scene between Scotty and Kirk, foreshadowing their future working relationship on board the USS Enterprise. Okay, you may have noticed a lack of release date for Strange New Worlds Season 3. This is a constant source of pain amongst the Star Trek fandom right now. Paramount Plus seems very reluctant to share a release date for the upcoming third season. Well, the trailer does say coming this summer, which could be anywhere from June to the end of September 2025, I guess. This week, another streaming service, Sky Showtime, which serves audiences in the Nordics, the Netherlands, Spain, Portugal, and Central and Eastern Europe, seemed to leak that Season 3 was coming to their platform on August 1st. August 1st, 2025 is actually a Friday, which suggests the third season would air on the Thursday of that week, which would actually be July 31st. Now, it's worth noting that it seems like Sky Showtime as a streamer usually gets new Trek a few weeks to a month after it airs on Paramount Plus. For example, the Section 31 movie did not come to the platform until a few weeks had passed. This does suggest that Strange New Worlds Season 3 could come out a lot sooner than August 1st, perhaps either at the end of June or the start of July. It's worth noting, this comment has been deleted off their Facebook account, so you can't find it anymore, and a sort of retraction has been issued claiming it was a mistake. Still, it's very odd that Paramount Plus is not sharing the date at the moment. Star Trek fans are desperate for more content with Captain Pike, and apparently Captain Kirk, and friends, especially as we're starting to build that original series crew. Once again, let's play a game in the video comment section. Comment your guesses about when this series might actually be released. Honestly, I think we could start a Ferengi gambling competition at this rate. Because damn, who knows at this point when the series is going to release. Honestly, I think today's trailer would have made much more sense to share the release day. It's worth noting, in case you didn't know, Season 4 of Strange New Worlds is in active production at the moment. So the wheels are turning on more Star Trek. Hopefully it means that when Season 3 does release, we won't have to wait 2 years to actually get to the next season. As it's painful, and you know we're going to need to do a bloody good recap video in a month or two's time. Okay everyone, that's all our news on Star Trek Strange New Worlds today. I share your frustration for not having a release date. I'm very excited for the third season, and of course getting more live action Star Trek is awesome, but when will we see it? Come on Paramount, it can't take that long to produce this date. Seriously. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also once again follow us on social media via the links in the description, or join our community Discord server. Again, links in the video description. For now, I've been Captain Jack. Thanks for watching this video, I really hope you appreciate it, and of course, we'll see you in more Star Trek Strange New Worlds videos. Live long and prosper everyone, goodbye.